on News Express this evening. CBN retains interest rate at 26.5% after 305th MPC meeting. ASU warns of fresh showdown with federal government over workers' welfare. Bajabi Amila praises APC's rural primaries as Desmond Elliott alleges undemocratic conduct. Good evening and welcome to News Express on Adami Mugu 93.1 FM Lagos, a blend of national, local, political, international, sports and entertainment news. I am Ayo Adekeye and now the news in detail. We begin with security, where the senior special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on policy communication, Daniel Bwala, has said that Nigerians have a constitutional right to self-defense, including the legal right to apply for firearms licenses where permitted by law. Speaking in an interview today, Bwala said the Nigerian Constitution guarantees every citizen the right to private defense, adding that individuals are also allowed to take lawful steps to protect themselves where necessary.
The Nigerian people do not have the right to bear certain arms unless those arms are permitted. But a collective people can come together and apply to the government for the right to coordinate themselves, a self-regulated militia. So I think that the Nigerian people in villages, in towns, in places where the presence of government is not very much in terms of law enforcement, you can come together and create a vanguard and then apply to government to give you license, because government can give you license that are permitted by law for the purposes of defense of your community.
The presidential aide also spoke on the current state of the economy, noting that the borrowing status remains within a safe threshold. He said that the country is not in financial danger, despite rising public concerns over the external loans.
The presence of government is not very much in terms. This is the eve of election, and so it is difficult to tell whether the citizens who have flooded the page asking that Nigeria be denied the right to borrow, whether they are opposition or they are genuine citizens. We do not, as a country, have sufficient funds to deal with infrastructure to stimulate the economy. And with the daunting tax on us, we have to do what we have to do. Borrowing is part of it. But one fact that I can tell you is that the World Bank and experts have said it is amber and not red. On our own part, we know we have to invest in infrastructure, and that is why we are borrowing. And the president has rightly said that borrowing is not leprosy.
Bwala's comments come amid ongoing public debate over Nigeria's rising debt profile and concerns about fiscal sustainability, with analysts and citizens divided over the country's borrowing strategy. And also the economy, where the Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, of the Central Bank of Nigeria has voted to retain the monetary policy rate at 26.5% following a 305th meeting held in Abuja. CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso announced the decision today, noting that the committee reached a unanimous resolution with 11 members in attendance. The decision comes after a 50 basis point reduction recorded in February and a previous hold announced at the MPC briefing in November 2025. In addition, the benchmark rate, the committee also retained all key monetary policy parameters. The standing facilities corridor around MPR was kept at plus 500 and minus 450 basis points. The MPC also maintained cash reserve requirements for deposit money banks at 45%, matched banks at 16%, and non-TSA public sector deposits at 75%. By maintaining the policy rate and other monetary tools, the CBN signaled a continued cautious stance aimed at containing inflation while supporting overall macroeconomic stability. Elsewhere, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has expressed concern over challenges within the country's aviation financing ecosystem, including customer-related bottlenecks, temporary importation procedures, foreign exchange volatility, and interagency coordination issues. The minister noted that aviation growth in emerging markets like Nigeria was often constrained by non-passenger demand but by limited access to affordable capital. He, however, assured stakeholders that the federal government was actively addressing the challenges through coordinated reforms involving regulatory agencies, judicial capacity development, and digitalization initiatives within the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. And as with politics, where former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso has expressed optimism about the prospects of the Nigeria Democratic Congress (NDC) ahead of the 2027 election. In a post on X today, Kwankwaso, who confirmed his meeting with former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi, described the party and its candidates as formidable forces. The two leaders met shortly after the party's screening committee cleared Obi for its presidential primary ahead of the 2027 elections. In the meantime, the Director General of Media and Publicity at the Kano State Government House, Sunusi Tofa, has claimed that Kwankwaso is indirectly working towards the re-election of President Bola Tinubu ahead of the general election.
So it's a surprise, and then Kano cannot accept this partnership because it's not really the Kwankwaso we know, because we know the Kwankwaso is a straightforward person and is a kind of person that actually want to really contribute to the development of the country. But this partnership, I believe, is just temporary, and I don't even think Kwankwaso or B ticket can work. Why? Because I know the two of them has a very different opinion, has a very different political view. So I don't see people with a different political view can actually connect under one ticket to provide what is needed for.
The government spokesperson also disclosed that Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has approached Tinubu over plans to defect to the APC with Kwankwaso's consent, adding that the alleged move also had the backing of former Deputy Governor of Kano State, Aminu Gwazo. And now the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has issued a strong warning to the federal government calling for the immediate implementation of the 2025 agreement. The union said the agreement is focused on addressing critical issues such as salary deficits, infrastructure improvements, and employment concerns for university staff. Briefing the press, ASU's Lagos Zonal Coordinator Adeshola Nasir articulated the union's frustration, reminding the public that last year the federal government signed the 2025 agreement, which was meant to follow up on negotiations stemming from the 2009 agreement. He said since the announcement of the agreement, it appears the government is more interested in using it for political leverage rather than genuinely resolving the underlying issues. Nasir, however, warned that the union will not remain silent while members face ongoing struggles, noting that the agitation will be sustained until the government takes meaningful steps. And now back to the metropolis, where Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu today received Poland's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Digital Affairs, Krzysztof Głokowski, at the Lagos House, where both leaders discussed opportunities for collaboration in digital economy. According to the governor, the meeting focused on the future of the digital economy and the potential benefits of partnership between Lagos and Poland in areas of innovation, technology, and digital infrastructure. Sanwo-Olu stated that Lagos remains Nigeria's commercial and digital hub, driven by a youthful and innovative population eager to embrace technology and entrepreneurship. He added that his administration is committed to building the necessary infrastructure to attract investment and ensure sustainable economic growth in the state. In the meantime, Lagos State Government has unveiled an ambitious roadmap aimed at ending the culture of blackouts and establishing a 24-hour electricity market powered by private sector investment. The Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Biodun Ogunleye, in a statement today, said reforms were accelerated towards the implementation of the State Electricity Law 2024, which is described as a major step to a sub-national electricity market. He highlighted several major infrastructure projects, including 37.7 kilometer Badagry electricity infrastructure corridor, featuring high voltage distribution towers crossing the Baji Lagoon, and the rehabilitation of 33 kV lines connecting Baji, Seme, Owode, and Akpa. He also announced plans for the Lekki integrated energy corridor, which will include a 132 kV bulk transmission line from Ajah to Alaro City, alongside a parallel gas pipeline network. Ogunleye reiterated government's commitment to building a resilient, inclusive and sustainable energy future for Lagos through stronger regulation, private sector partnership and strategic infrastructure investment. And now to internal politics, where the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, described the All Progressive Congress House of Assembly primary election in Surulere Constituency 1 as peaceful, fair and orderly. Gbajabiamila spoke with journalists after participating in the primary election, noting that he was impressed by the conduct of the party members and the peaceful atmosphere that characterized the exercise. Meanwhile, a member of the State House of Assembly in the same constituency, Desmond Elliott, has challenged the conduct and results of the primary election, accusing the party of undemocratic conduct.
The only person that can ask me to step down is the party. If the party says Desmond, go down, that's when I will step down, because I'm a party person. But the party has also, in its magnanimity, given us an opportunity to appeal. We appeal it.
Yes.
And like I say, it's not a do or die affair.
Yes.
I'm here to serve the people. And powers some people feel it shouldn't happen. So I'm not going to say any more than that, other than the fact that we are not accepting this process and we are appealing the process.
The lawmaker accused unnamed party leaders and local government officials of coercing members to support a preferred aspirant, insisting that he will not be intimidated.
This is just primaries, it's not a do or die affair. In different wards, people were being intimidated. I've been talking about intimidation for a long time. You keep intimidating them. If you know you have done well for the people, why are you now worried? You have the machinery of the structure with you. I don't have the structure. You have everything with you. Then why are you scared? Why don't you just go to the field and let's just test the popularity? If virtually all my supporters were outside, and I kept asking, why weren't they coming in?
As at time of this report, the leadership of the APC in Lagos State had yet to officially respond to allegations surrounding the conduct of the primary elections in Surulere. From Lagos State to Oyo State, where Governor Seyi Makinde has signed Executive Order 001 of 2026 on the regulation, registration and coordination of associations, groups and organizations offering security and allied services in the state as part of efforts to strengthen security architecture. While signing the executive order, Governor Makinde said the directive became necessary in response to rising insecurity concerns across communities and growing number of groups engaging in security-related activities without adequate coordination or regulatory supervision. The governor explained that the executive order is intended to ensure that all organizations providing security and allied services are properly registered, documented and monitored by the state government. Makinde acknowledged the contribution of community associations and citizens supporting lawful security operations, but cautioned that unregulated activities could produce unintended consequences capable of aggravating insecurity and social tension. In the meantime, Oyo State Police Command has arrested 2 suspects in connection with the abduction of 2 staff members of the Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria at Idianyure in Oluyole local government area of the state. Police Public Relations Officer Olayinka Anyolade said armed men reportedly invaded the premises and whisked away the victims to an unknown destination. The PRO said upon receipt of the report, officers commenced a rescue operation where 2 suspicious individuals identified as Shehu and Abubakar were accosted. According to him, upon interrogation, the duo volunteered to lead the operatives to the hideout of their accomplices. Ayonlade said operatives repelled attacks by the criminals in their hideout and successfully extracted 2 suspects who are currently in their custody for further investigation and intelligence exploitation. You're listening to News Express on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos. Still to come on sport, Shell unveils Super Eagles squad for Unity Cup, Portugal and Poland friendlies. And on entertainment, Toyin Abraham, Ruth Kadiri, others call for improved security amid rising insecurity.
You can listen to Adami Mogo 93.1 FM from any part of the world. Download the Adami Mogo 931 FM app from Google Play Store and Radio Garden. And follow us on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you have eyewitness stories or exclusive to share, contact the Adami Mogo FM newsroom via mail at newsroom@adamimogofm.com. Or you can dial 070-634-03583. You can dial 090-319-69629. Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos, voice of the light.
Many thanks for staying with us, and now to the rest of our stories. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says negotiations with Iran are approaching their final stages, while warning that future military action could follow if Tehran refuses to agree to a deal. The comments come 6 weeks after Trump paused Operation Epic Fury under a ceasefire arrangement aimed at creating room for diplomatic negotiations. Despite ongoing talks, little progress has reportedly been achieved so far. Trump stated earlier this week that he had considered authorizing additional attacks, but decided against it to allow more time for negotiations. Meanwhile, Iranian authorities accused the U.S. president of preparing to restart the conflict and warned of broader retaliation if Iran comes under attack again. The latest developments have intensified global concerns about the possibilities of renewed conflict between Washington and Tehran, despite ongoing diplomatic efforts. To sports, where coach Eric Shell has announced separate squads for the upcoming Unity Cup tournament in London and Nigeria's international friendly matches against Poland and Portugal, scheduled for June. The Super Eagles boss retained experienced names such as Captain Wilfred Ndidi, Francis Uzor, Bruno Onyemechi, Moses Simon, Akko Adams, and Terem Murphy for the Unity Cup, while also handing opportunities to several fresh faces and non-base players. Among the new invitees are Wrexham United's goalkeeper Arthur Kunko, who recently switched his allegiance from England to Nigeria. Others are defenders Emmanuel Fernandez and Igor Ogboi, midfielder Rafael Onyedika, Tochukwu Nadi and Ebenezer Kinsomiro, as well as striker Rafiu Dorosimi. Nigeria will take on Zimbabwe in the semi-finals of the Unity Cup at Charlton Athletics on May 26. The winner of the tie will advance to the final to face either Jamaica or India, who meet in the other semi-final. Now to entertainment, where Nigerian actress and filmmaker Toyin Abraham has expressed grief over the recent killings and abductions involving teachers and children in Oyo State. In a post on Instagram, Abraham lamented the growing wave of violence, describing the situation as heartbreaking and deeply personal. Also reacting, veteran Nollywood actor Laide Olabanji criticized the federal government over what he described as inability to adequately protect lives and property. Similarly, Nollywood actress and filmmaker Ruth Kadiri called on authorities to empower citizens to defend themselves. The reactions come amid increasing public concern over insecurity in several parts of the country, with citizens and public figures calling for stronger action to address violent attacks, kidnapping, and communal unrest. And just before we conclude News Express on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos, here's a recap of the biggest stories. I told you the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria has voted to retain the monetary policy rate at 26.5% during a meeting today. Also in the news, the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU has issued a strong warning to the federal government of Nigeria, calling for immediate implementation of the 2025 agreement. Finally, it was on the news that the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, described APC House of Assembly primary election in Surulere Constituency 1 as peaceful, despite allegations by incumbent Desmond Elliott of undemocratic practices. And that's News Express. On behalf of the production team, I'm Ayo at DK saying thank you for listening. Have a good evening.
See white native wife so yesterday. Which kind of rubbish be this? When this Nigeria won't vote, see how through those scatter. All my wife don't turn brown. God, I beg.
You vote last election. You vote.
Vote asal. You know as I dey be now. You know street. No man know our time no day now. Vote asal. Say country dey improve.
Kai, if I no vote, I no get the power. Your voice is now your power.
Oh, don't cock yourself. Sell your vote, just sell your future, but sell your birthright. How much divide them by 4 years? How much that?
Your vote and your power. No door. Make we choose leaders wey sabi. Your PVC, your future. No waste time.
No sell your vote.
Radio, Adami Mogo, La Feo, La Yengo. 93.1 FM, Adami Mogo, La Feo, La Yengo.
Adami Mogo, 93.1 FM. Ati Beregejige.
Àsìkò ìròyìn ti tó, bóyá ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ̀bọ̀, lónílé lálejò bóyá, lọ́mọdé lágbà, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ owó, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ ọmọ. Ìròyìn tó jẹ́ ojúlówó rédíò yìí lẹ ti máa gbọ́, 93.1 FM, ìkànnì tó tayọ, Lekki la máa fi kalẹ̀ sí nígboro Èkó, Adami Mogo FM, bóyá.
Ẹ̀kúrọ̀lẹ́ Akotan Iroyin ló ń dé sí etígbọ̀ yìí láti ìkànnì Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lekki phase 1 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ṣáájú ẹ̀gbọ́ àwọn kókó tó súyọ nínú ìròyìn náà. Wàyí ilé-iṣẹ́ ìfowópamọ́ àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà náà ni wọ́n ti fòtẹ́lẹ̀ pé ìdáwó eléyìí tí yóò máa gun orí owó ilé náà ló jẹ́ ìdá 26 tó ń ti ẹ̀sùn márùn-ún lẹ́yìn ìpàdé ẹlẹ́ẹ̀karùn-ún orí eléyìí tí àwọn ikọ̀ tí ọ̀rọ̀ kan ṣe. Wàyí ẹgbẹ́ àwọn olùkọ́ tí wà láwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà ní ẹgbẹ́ HASU náà ni wọ́n ti lágbo kìlọ̀ lórí àti wà kánáwá ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà láyà lórí ìgbáyégbádùn wọn eléyìí tí ìjọba òkògìrì mọ́. Gbajabiamila náà ló ti ń kọrin reke ètò ìdìbò eléyìí tó wáyé ní ẹkùn ìdìbò ti Surulere níbi Desmond Elliott bí ó ṣe ń gbìyànjú láti máa bẹnu àtẹ́lù kẹsẹ̀ járe ètò ìdìbò náà. èyí rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ Túndé Ọláwìyí lóníròyìn. wọ́n yóò wọn ṣàṣọ di mímọ̀ pé olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì sí ààrẹ lẹ́wà Nàìjíríà Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe àgbéjáde ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ lọ́lọ́kan ọ̀jọ̀kan nípa ìlànà ìṣèjọba ńlẹ̀ yìí Daniel Buhala onáà ló ti pé orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà tọ̀hún táwọn ọmọ inú ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n lórí ọ̀fẹ́ lórí àti lè gbé nǹkan ìjagun lábẹ́ òfin nílẹ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀tọ́ wọn lábẹ́ òfin lórí àti lè béèrè fún nǹkan ìjagun pẹ̀lú àṣẹlẹ̀ yìí nígbà tó bá ikọ̀ oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ lónìí òde yìí Buhala onáà ló pé lábẹ́ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí náà ni wọ́n lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ lórí àti lè dágbà nǹkan ìjagun lẹ́yìn tí ó sì pé ẹnìkẹ́rin ní ilẹ̀ yìí náà ló lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti dáàbò bo ara rẹ̀ nígbàkúgbà Buhala òun náà ló sọ di mímọ̀ lónìí òde yìí níbi tó tún ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ipò tí ètò ìyàwó orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà wà lákòókò yìí lẹ́yìn tí ó sì gbé kò séwu kankan bó ti wulẹ̀ o mọ̀ kó ṣe àìsàn di mímọ̀ lákòókò yìí bí àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà ṣe ń ké gbàjarè pé àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí onáà ni wọn ò sí nínú ewu bó ti wulẹ̀ o mọ̀ kó ṣe àìtún sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìlànà lẹ́yìn tá à ń tẹ̀lé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú àkọọ́lẹ̀ owó ya ilẹ̀ yìí tó sì pé bí àtìlẹ̀ ń yáwó ilẹ̀ yìí kó sí ìlànà kan eléyìí tí ó lè ṣe àdínàgbòkú fún ètò náà. ẹ̀yìn ti sọ di ní ẹ̀pẹ́ ìgbìmọ̀ àtẹ̀kótó ilé ìtorí sí ìlànà ṣíṣe àgbéjáde owó náà ńlẹ̀ yìí nílé ìfowópamọ́ àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà òun náà ló ti fòtẹ́lẹ̀ wípé ìlànà ìṣàgbéjáde owó eléyìí tí wọ́n ṣe àgbéjáde rẹ̀ náà ni ó fi òtẹ́lẹ̀ wípé ìdá 26 tó ń ti ẹ̀sùn 5 òun náà ni kí wọ́n ṣe àgbéjáde rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlànà tí ó mọ gun owó ọ̀hún lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé ẹlẹ́ẹ̀karùnléní ọ̀ọ́dúnrún orí ẹ̀ tó wáyé nílùú Àbújá gómìnà ilé ìfowópamọ́ àgbà ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà Ọláyẹmí Kàdósò òun náà ló kéde ìpinnu ọ̀hún lónìí òde yìí níbi tó ti pé àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ àtẹ̀kótó ọ̀hún náà ló fi orí okòó sọ̀ọ́dúnrún nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ikọ̀ ẹlẹ́ni 11 tí wọ́n péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ètò ọ̀hún ìpinnu ọ̀hún náà ló tó wáyé lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe àgbéjáde mímú àdínkù dé bá ìdá 50 níbi ètò tí wọ́n ṣe lọ́dún 2026 lóṣù kejì rẹ̀ tó ń ti ìpàdé eléyìí tí wọ́n ṣe ní oṣù kọkànlá lọ́dún 2025 eléyìí tó kọjá lọ ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún òun náà ló ti pé ìlànà tí wọ́n ń tẹ̀lé tẹ́lẹ̀ lórí ìṣe àgbéjáde owó lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan òun náà ló sì wà bí ó ti wà. àwọn ti sọ di mímọ̀ pé olórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ sí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà tó ń ti ààrẹ ilẹ̀ yìí Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà òun náà ló ti ṣe àpèjúwe ètò ìdìbò ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ti All Progressives Congress sí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin yìí lẹ́yìn tí ṣe ètò ìdìbò abẹ́nú ọ̀hún lẹ́kùn ti Sùúrùlérè kejì ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó gẹ́gẹ́ bí tó lọ ní ìrọwọ́ ìrọsẹ̀ Gbàjàbíàmílà náà ló sọ léèdì mímọ̀ nígbà tó ń bá ikọ̀ oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn tó kópa níbi ètò ìdìbò abẹ́nú ọ̀hún eléyìí tó sì pé ìgbésẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún náà ló jẹ́ ti owó ní lórí jọjọ pẹ̀lú bí ètò ìdìbò ọ̀hún ṣe kẹsẹ̀ járe wàyí o ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọmọ ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Desmond Elliot náà ló ti bẹnu àtẹ́lu ètò ìdìbò ọ̀hún tó ń ti àbájáde sí ètò ìdìbò náà ní ẹkùn ìdìbò ti Sùúrùlérè kínní tó ń ti bíbẹnu àtẹ́lu pé ètò ìdìbò náà ni ò lọ ní ìlànà ètò ìṣèjọba àwa ara wa aṣòfin ọ̀hún òun náà ni òṣà máa bẹnu àtẹ́lu àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún eléyìí tí ò dákọ̀ wọn tó ń ti àwọn ikọ̀ láwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bí wọ́n ṣe ń lẹ̀ dí àpòpọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ikọ̀ kan nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún lórí àwọn ọmọ òye eléyìí tí wọ́n fẹ́ yàn sípò lẹ́yìn tó sì pé eléyìí kò lè túrú kankan lára òun títí àsìkò tá à ń kó ìròyìn jọ adarí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún ní ẹ̀ka ti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó tó oní ni wọ́n ti lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti fèsì sí àwọn ẹ̀sùn lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n fi kàn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ìdìbò ọ̀hún tó wáyé ní Sùúrùlérè ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. wọ́n ti sọ di mímọ̀ pé àwọn ẹgbẹ́ olùkọ́ láwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà ẹgbẹ́ HASU ní àná ti ń lago kìlọ̀ sétí ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà lórí àti ṣe àmúlò ìwé àdéhùn lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n jọ tọwọ́ bọ̀ lọ́dún 2025. ẹgbẹ́ náà ló sọ eléyìí mímọ̀ pé ìwé àdéhùn òun náà ló ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìlànà owó oṣù wọn eléyìí tí wọn àkógiri lórí ẹ̀ lásìkò táwa ètò ti àwọn àdínkù eléyìí tó ń débà tó ń ti ìgbáyégbádùn lọ́lọ́kan ọ̀jọ̀kan lórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọ̀hún tó ń ti ṣíṣe ìgbélárugẹ lórí àwọn amáyédẹrùn lẹ́ka àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà tó ń ti ọ̀rọ̀ ilé tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú gbígba àwọn olùkọ́ sáwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì tó ń ti àwọn tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún náà ni wọ́n pé láti ìgbà tí wọ́n ti kéde léyìí ó fojú hàn pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà òun náà ni wọ́n gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tuntun tí wọ́n sì ń lo ọwọ́ òṣèlú láti máa fi mú ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọ̀hún ní ọ̀lẹ́ tí wọ́n ti wá sọ gbòde òun náà ni wọ́n ti pé àwọn onítẹ̀tì lórí àti gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tuntun bí ìjọba ọba kò gírí mọ ojúṣe wọn lórí àwọn. àkótán ọ̀rọ̀ sì ń tẹ̀ wájú níkànnì àdámimógo 93.1 FM ní Lekki phase 1 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n ní ìyókù àwọn ìròyìn ọ̀hún fún ti ìrọ̀lẹ́ ètò ní òde yìí. olùsọ̀rọ̀ nínú ẹ̀kọ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó náà ló ti ṣe àgbéjáde ìlànà ọ̀tun rẹ̀ lórí àti fòkun sí ìdákúrekú náà bá ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe àgbéjáde ètò ìṣàgbéjáde iná ọba ilé tí ó máa tàn yìnyín fún wákàtí mẹ́rìnlélógún pẹ̀lú ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ìdókòwò láwọn ilé iṣẹ́ aládàáni ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó tó ń ti ìlànà pípèsè iná aládàáni ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó tó ń ti ìlànà ọ̀tun lórí mímọ̀ pín àwọn ẹ̀rọ akanákiri ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó alákòóso fún ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú iná ọba tó ń ti ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan Bíọ́dún Ògúnlẹ̀yìn náà ló sọ ilé ìdí mímọ̀ pé ìlànà tuntun ọ̀hún òun náà ló yá kankan pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe àmúlò ìlànà tó ń ti òfin ṣíṣe àgbéjáde náà bá tọdún 2024 lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe àpèjúwe ìgbésẹ̀ ọ̀hún gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí ó jẹ́ kí ètò ọ̀hún yá kankan láti pèsè iná kiri orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà tó ń ti ìlànà ọ̀tun nílẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ kò ṣàì sọ di mímọ̀ pé lára àwọn ètò tuntun ọ̀hún òní àlọ́ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe wọn amáyédẹrùn tó ń ti ìlànà ìpínọba láwọn agbègbè lọ́lọ́kanòjọ̀kan lẹ́yìn tó fi dé gbájì àti sẹ̀mẹ̀ owódé àti àgbà ní apá abẹ́ tó ń ti ìkéde lọ́lọ́kanòjọ̀kan lórí ìpèsè náà ọba dé agbègbè Lekki Ẹ̀pẹ́ tó ń ti Aláró Ògúnláyè ọ̀hún òun náà ni wàá ṣe ṣàìṣe àgbéjáde ìlànà ọ̀tun lórí ìpèsè náà ọba ọ̀hún eléyìí tí ó lè jẹ́ kí iná ó fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ dandan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. wàyí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Babájídé Sanwó-Olú lónìí òde náà ló ń gbàlejò igbákejì olóòtú ìjọba ti ilẹ̀ ti Poland tó ń ti alákòóso fún ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀jìnlẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayé òde òní Krzysztof Gawkowski ní ilé ìjọba ní Marina ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó níbi tí àwọn adarí méjèèjì ọ̀hún tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jíròrò lórí ìlànà ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ lórí ìmúgbòòrò ètò ọrọ̀ ajé nípa ìmọ̀jìnlẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayé òde òní ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí gómìnà ń sọ ó pé ìpàdé ọ̀hún òun náà ló dá lórí bí ètò tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe àmúlò ìmọ̀jìnlẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayé òde òní lọ́jọ́ iwájú bí ó ṣe fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ dandan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó tó ń ti àwọn àǹfààní tí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó tó ń ti orílẹ̀-èdè ti Poland lè jẹ́ láàrin ara wọn ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe àgbéjáde àwọn iṣẹ́ ọpọlọ lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan tó ń ti ìmọ̀jìnlẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ àti ṣíṣe àmúlò àwọn amáyédẹrùn nípa ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ti ayé òde òní. Sanwó-Olú òun náà ló ti sọ di mímọ̀ pé ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó òun náà ló jẹ́ ìlú kan gbòógì lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà lẹ́yìn tí ó ń ṣe àgbéjáde àwọn okòwò lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan tó ń ti káràkátà tó ń ti ibùdó kan eléyìí tó fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ dandan nípa ṣíṣe àgbéjáde ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ. wàyí ò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọ́n ti sọ di mímọ̀ pé gómìnà ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Babájídé Sanwó-Olú náà ló ti buwọ́ lu ìwé àṣẹ ikọ̀ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin lẹ́yìn tí ó tún jẹ́ níṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ikọ̀ aláṣẹ ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tọdún 2026 lórí ìlànà tó ń ti ìfowókọ́lẹ̀ àti ṣíṣe àmójútó lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan lórí àwọn lẹ́gbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ lọ́gbàlọ́gbà tó ń ti àwọn ikọ̀ eléyìí tí ó mọ̀ ṣe àmójútó ètò ààbò lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan tó ń ti àwọn ẹgbẹ́ míì àti ètò míì tó farapẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn akitiyan ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti jẹ́ kí ìlànà ètò ààbò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tó gbópọn sí tó ń ti fífi ọwọ́ ìdánilójú ẹ̀ sọ̀yà lórí àtirídájú pé àwọn ikọ̀ fìjìláńtì lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan tó ń ti àwọn ikọ̀ elétò ààbò ní àdúgbò sádùúgbò òun náà ni wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ akin wọn nígbà tó ń bẹ ọwọ́ lu ìwé àṣẹ ọ̀hún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ onímọ̀-ẹ̀rọ Ṣèyí Mákindé òun náà ló pé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí náà ló pẹ́ dandan lákòókò yìí lórí àtìlẹ̀ kojú ọ̀rọ̀ sí ètò ààbò eléyìí tí ń dídò lákòókò yìí tó sì jẹ́ tó kọni lóminú tó ń ti bí àwọn ikọ̀ ọ̀hún lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan ṣe ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti rí dájú pé ètò ààbò fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ dandan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kó sáró àwọn olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti yọyọ ojúlá alákànfí sọ́rí lásìkò tá a wà kí wọ́n sì máa fi tó àwọn àjọ létí bí wọ́n bá kẹ́fìn àwọn ìwà tí ò tọ́ ládùúgbò kí wọ́n sì máa tẹ̀lé àwọn òfin ètò ààbò eléyìí tó tọ́. tó àkótán rẹ̀ fún ti rọ̀lẹ́ tòní òde náà ni kò ní jù báyìí lọ àmọ́ kí n tó máa lọ ẹ̀gbọ́n kókó inú ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. àṣàmú àfihàn pé ilé ìfowópamọ́ àgbà ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà náà ló ti pé ìdá mẹ́rìndínlọ́gbọ̀n tó ń ti ẹ̀sùn márùn-ún ilé tí ń gun ìlànà ṣíṣe àgbéjáde owó ńlẹ̀ yìí òun náà ni kó dúró bó ti wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àbájáde ìpàdé ẹlẹ́ẹ̀karùnléní-ọ̀ọ́dúnrún rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú ilé ìfowópamọ́ àgbà ilẹ̀ yìí. ẹgbẹ́ asuu náà ló ti ń dúnkokò láti gbójú agan sí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú bí wọn ò ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó tọ́ lórí ìgbáyégbádùn àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ láwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí. bákan náà la pé Gbàjàbíàmílà náà ló ti kọrin re kí bí ètò ìdìbò sí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ṣe lọ ní ìrọwọ́rọsẹ̀ ní Sùúrùlérè ẹ̀wẹ̀ Desmond Elliot náà ló ti ń bẹnu àtẹ́lu àìkẹ́sẹ̀járí ètò ìdìbò náà léyìí tó pé ó tako ètò ìṣèjọba àwarawa nílẹ̀ yìí. àkótán ọ̀rọ̀ ìfún ti rọ̀lẹ́ tòní òde náà lórúkẹ sí àyín níkànnì àdámimógo 93.1 FM Lekki phase 1 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Ayọ̀ Adékẹ́yẹ náà ni olóòtú ìròyìn ọ̀hún. Túndé Ọ̀làwì ló kà sí etí gbọ̀yìn. ẹ ṣeun tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wá.